What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? New show alert, new show alert. Well, new old. We looking at Southern Charm season 2, episode 1. Now, we're gonna go ahead and work our way through this thing, okay? Last season, it was a meh season, but it looks like we got some stuff going on. Um, some new things going on. So look, let's y'all know this is the first episode of the season. So basically we getting ourselves caught up on what everybody was doing through the off season. Now here's the thing. Last year was a new show. So the episodes that we were looking at were probably 6 months old, because you gotta tape it, you gotta shop it, you gotta make sure they want to pick it up, then you gotta look at the episode. So we're about a year to a year and a half from when they first taped those first episodes. So a lot has happened. Okay. I'm saying that to explain that a lot has gone down. So let's start with Tamika and Barry. Tamika and Barry have moved. They moved across the lake. Remember last year when they were talking about Reagan and Jeff living so far out of New Orleans? Well, that's where they live now. They got a beautiful new home, though, with a beautiful new pool. Tamika has a new job. She said part of the problem last year was that her job kept her so busy, kept her away from the kids. A lot fell on Barry. They weren't spending a lot of time together. It was putting a lot of strain on their relationship and marriage and her relationship with her children. The house they had last year, they were leasing. So they bought this new home. Well, at least they moved into this new home. I don't know if they said they bought it or not, but they moved into this new home. And Tamika now has a job where she's doing a nightly show. So that is definitely opening her up to more time with the family. She said, I had to listen when your kids tell you that, that shit's fucked up and your husband telling you that it's messed up, you got to make some changes and you got to make some adjustments. And so she said that she's better, that things are better with the family, and she's a kinder, gentler Tamika. She ain't that much kinder or gentler, but we'll get there. Um, Shoot, damn, I can see his face, but it's oh shoot. Reese, damn it. I don't know why I could Reese name wouldn't come to me. But Reese and his girlfriend, Reese has moved into his home. Remember last season they were renovating the house. His childhood home he had bought it from his parents. He was renovating it. It had been some damage from Katrina and things of that nature. House has been renovated. Him and Kelsey are living together. She still don't have no ring, but they got a dog. And he said that, he allowed her to put a lot of input into the renovation. She even has one of the bedrooms was even converted into a closet just for her. So he said, I haven't given her a ring, but I feel like I have given her, the enough to know that I'm committed to this relationship. They also lost some weight. Reese said that he saw himself and he was like, whoa, I picked up a lot of weight. So he's lost something like 50 pounds or something like that. And Kelsey has even lost some weight. And she said, she feels so much better and so much more confident. We're going to find that out later on. And she is a lot more confident. Um, Tamika decides that, it's been a long time since we've all hung out. Let's have a pool party in this nice, beautiful new home in this big backyard we got now. So they're going to have a pool party and everybody's coming together. Um, the biggest change, and if you've been following social media, you know this, Reagan and Jeff. Reagan and Jeff, honey. Reagan and Jeff. So, oh, and Barry's business is doing really well. He said that, his clients have gone up and the gym is doing really well. Okay. Jeff and Reagan are divorced or getting divorced. They're like a week away from their divorce being final. Reagan's jewelry company is doing well. She's studying for the bar. She's finished law school. And her and Jeff are great. They're happy. They're great. Everything's great. They're happy. They're great. Everything is great. They're happy. They are great. Me thinks she protests too much. But again, we'll get there. Both of them are saying how they both realize that the marriage has sort of had hit the end of its road. Now, let me tell you something. If you go back to my reviews from last season, I kept saying she didn't want to be married to that man anymore. What we find out in this episode is that things have been bad for a while and that Reagan was just put on a good front last year and that they were faking it for the cameras and they was faking it for their friends and things just were really bad. And I said that last year. Now, I didn't know that it was that deep, but I definitely felt like she didn't want to be married to that man anymore. I didn't know that the feeling was mutual, that he didn't want to be married anymore, but I definitely knew she didn't want to be married anymore. Um, Tamika and Reagan go out to eat. Now, Tamika's thing is Reagan is my best friend, and I had to hear on the streets about all this stuff that's going on between her and Jeff. She didn't lean into me like she should have. I feel like as her best friend, she should have been, calling on me and leaning into me and letting me know what's going on. And I just feel like she didn't do that. I don't feel like, see, I don't know why, and I've been guilty of this, so let me be clear. But I don't know why people feel like when you're in a friendship that automatically means that because we are friends that everything. I just got finished talking about this with the Real Housewives of Potomac that I got to tell you everything. We can be best friends and we can be friends, and I still keep some shit to myself or process it the way I need to process it. Everything isn't automatic and when you're going through something like a divorce and a change of life and so much is going on, you lean into different people. Maybe you lean onto somebody who you feel like isn't going to judge you. Maybe you lean on somebody who you feel like has been through this before and has some insight. Hell, maybe you just lean on somebody that don't know none of your damn business and you can just tell them what you want to tell them, because sometimes we lean into the people that are going to tell us what we want to hear, not what we need to hear. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes we lean into people for different reasons. For whatever reason, Reagan did not lean into Tamika, and Tamika feels some kind of way about it. And again, that's gonna keep coming back because y'all know Tamika can't let shit go. So Jeff is having a guys' night out at the house. Again, it's been a while since they've all hung out or whatever, and so they all getting together at the house for drinks and just to kind of shoot the shit. It's a bachelor pad now. It's a beautiful home, but it's a little bachelor pad now, and the guys all show up, and Mr. Jeff Moody shows up. You remember him from last year, the artist. And the biggest thing with that conversation was him just letting the guys know, where they were with the marriage and, that, hey, he just wasn't happy. It was a mutual decision. They're in a really good place and everything is everything. Jeff says, well, can I get, Jeff, said, well, can I get you a makeover? I've been trying to get you a makeover since last year. Now that you are ready to hit these single streets and you ready to be a man, a man on the rebound, can I give you a makeover? Can I get you ready for the ladies? And we know from last year that Jeff keep a woman. He keep 3, 4 of them. So, Jeff and Moody had gotten really close. They've been working out together, whatever. Let me tell you something. Moody is a whole lot of things, but his body is beautiful, okay? His body is a specimen. But he knows it. And so that sort of takes away some of the sexy because he's so arrogant about it. But he definitely knows he's beautiful. And so, Jeff was like, hey, I'm down for it. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. All right. So it's the day of the cookout, the day of the pool party, and the people are showing up. Everybody is showing up to the pool party. Miss Kelsey is so proud of her new body, honey. Kelsey done walked in the door in a bikini. Okay. I can't be mad at you. I can't be mad at you, boo. She got out the car in a bikini. Now, most people show up to a pool party in at least a cover up, at least maybe a caftan, a wrap, a maxi dress with the bathing suit underneath. Not Kelsey. Kelsey came in there giving it all to them. But she said it. She said, I just feel really good in my new body. Like I've lost weight. She said, I didn't even realize I needed to lose weight. Like I thought I was okay until I started losing the weight. And now I realize how much better I feel about myself. And you can see it. But who got a problem with it? Little Miss Tamika making little smart comments and digs at Kelsey. And like Reagan said Kelsey could have showed up in a 2-piece. Kelsey could have shown up in a muumuu, and Tamika was gonna have a problem with it because Tamika just don't like Kelsey. And I was like, well, that could be valid because Tamika was making little smart ass comments to Kelsey all along. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me rewind. When Tamika and Reagan were out to lunch, the other thing that came up was Tamika was talking about the divorce or whatever, and Reagan was like, well, look, you thought about divorce at one time. Like you actually left Barry, and y'all was separated for a year. So, she was like, yeah, but we got back together. We worked it out. We were able to work through it and get back together. And, Reagan was like, exactly. So she was like, everybody has problems and they deal with it differently. Like it just is what it is. All right. So fast forward to the pool party. They get to talking about the divorce again. And Reagan is like, we are good. Me and Jeff are good. Like, it's an amicable divorce. Like I know that doesn't happen. I know that a lot of people don't think it can happen, but we are really processing well. And my thing is this: even if it's not 100% well, even if it's a front for the camera, that's how they're processing right now. And it'll all come out just like the divorce came out when they were fronting last year that they were happy, and it came out that they wasn't really happy. It'll all come out if divorce isn't as amicable as they think it is. But Tamika, this is why ain't nobody come to your ass, because stop telling that woman how she should act and deal with how she is acting and be her friend. You know, Tamika, it's like Tamika wants her to be miserable. It's like Tamika wants her to be crying and upset and depressed. And I get it that you're worried that it isn't genuine and that you're worried that um, they're not as happy as they're pretending to be. I get all of that. But at the end of the day, you can't make nobody be more than what they're willing to give you. You can't make her be miserable. You can't make her open up. She can open up if and when she feels like it. And so Reagan brings up, you know, her and Barry and their divorce. So now Tamika flips out because Tamika's like, why would you bring that up? Why would you bring that up? And Reagan's like, I said the exact same thing 2 days earlier and you ain't have a problem with it. But Tamika's problem is my daughter is right there and she could overhear you, and my daughter doesn't know. My daughter doesn't know that me and her dad had a separation and went through that. And I don't feel like it's your place to share it with my daughter right now. But instead of Tamika saying that, she just goes off on Reagan and makes it seem like, and Reagan, because Reagan's thing was she was genuinely confused because I don't think she made that connection. And she was like, I said the exact same thing to you 2 days ago and you didn't have a problem with it. Now all of a sudden you got a problem with it. But instead of Tamika saying, hey, keep your voice down. My daughter's over there. This isn't the place to have that conversation. She flips out, walks away, goes off in the bathroom. She crying, talking about how could Reagan do that? Why is she doing that to me? What is she doing that? And like, of course, Reagan was really truly confused, and I would have been confused if I was Reagan too. Because again, I don't think Reagan made the connection that the daughter was over there, and that's why Tamika got upset. But see, here's communication. That's all you had to say to Reagan. All you had to say was, Reagan, yo. We're not having that conversation right now in front of my daughter. And I think Reagan would have got it and been like, oh, I'm sorry, Tamika, my bad. But instead, and so Tamika goes in the house, and Reagan even tries to come in the house and kind of talk to her again about it. And Tamika's going off, and they finally are like, look, this is the party. It's not the time or the place. We're going to have a good time, and we're going to move on. Then that damn John Moody shows up in swim trunks and a fur coat, honey. And you couldn't tell him he wasn't best dressed. You could not tell him he was not best dressed in that damn raccoon looking fur coat. Okay. Anyway. But everybody's having a good time. And guess who shows up? Jeff shows up with his makeover, honey. Jeff done cleaned up the hair. He done shaved off the beard. He done got his ears pierced, hanging with John Moody ass. And of course, Reagan is like, oh. And there they go pretending that they so happy. And again, I shouldn't say pretending, but doing that whole, oh, I'm so happy for you. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Oh, you look great. Oh, you look great. Oh, yeah. So they go over to the side and have this conversation. And Reagan gets to crying and, oh, I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy that we're happy. I'm just so happy that this is happy. We get it. Y'all are happy. Y'all are okay with the divorce. Everybody's good. Everybody's great. We get it. Nobody believes you, but we get it. That's what you want everybody to believe. And you might even believe it yourself at that moment, but we get it. Reagan ends up leaving. No, Reagan comes out in her bikini that's too small because all of this is out at the bottom. See, women, if you wear a bra and your breasts are hanging out from the bottom of the bra's too small. Same thing for a bikini top. It's not sexy. It's too small. And Reagan had on a bikini top with the boob hanging out from the bottom. Too small. And of course, Tamika was like, oh, here come Reagan with the boobage hanging out and the blah, blah, blah. She had been wearing that same too small top all damn day. She didn't do nothing different just because Jeff walked in. Now that I can defend. Um, Reagan ends up leaving. And they end up having a good time. And then we see Reagan pulling up in front of her new home. Reagan had moved out the French Quarter. She got a new house too. Then we see Reagan pull up in her new home, honey, going to the house, and there's some naked man in her shower, her new boyfriend. The other thing Tamika noticed is that Reagan's not drinking. Hmm. So that was it, y'all. It wasn't really a whole lot. It was more of a catch-up episode. So we'll see how it goes on for the rest of the season. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in the comments. Peace.